The power of his dream brings you here. His man, Sean Carlard.
Touch point for today. From the Complete Communication course, remembering life doesn't get better, you get better. And it's all helping you get better. When we're connecting with people, creating a safe place, we connect vocally, we connect visually, and then we connect internally. And that is heart to heart. You have to remember and realize people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Very, very important. The way I like to teach it is I get everybody in a room to take their right shoe off, throw that shoe in a pile, and then you go choose a shoe that doesn't belong to you. And then you go and put it on. And, well, at least try, because some of the shoes are going to be too big or too small, but at least get a feeling about that other person, the life that they're going through, where they're coming from, where they're going to. Look at the condition of the shoes, and you can get a good understanding. Well, the whole thing is to get you focused on, if you want to know how people are feeling before you start trying to tell them something, the best way to care for somebody is to walk in their shoes. But we have to take our shoes off first, because we tend to use our lives as a filter. No, it's not that bad. It's not that serious. Well, it is to them. And it's for us to take ourselves out of the picture to be able to focus what that person's going through at that moment in time. I remember a whole bunch of security guards not being able to take their posts and went home early. And the guys, the leaders were going, you could get fired. How can you just go home? And they say, well, what you need to understand is if we don't go home now, we are not going to make it home safely, and we will be in danger, and so will our families. And the leadership turned around and said, you know what? I understand how you feel. You guys go home. We'll have a safe night. And they came to the site. All the leaders came to the site. The guys from the top of the food chain came, and they took those positions for those guys and took care of their jobs, but also took care of the complex for as long as it took in order for those guys to be safe again. You see, they went and said, you know what? I not completely feel what you're going through, but if it was for me and my house, I would also put my life and my family's life first. And because of that, feeling what you're going through, I'm going to take your place, and I'm going to look after you, because I know if it was for me, I'd need somebody to look after me. So it's very, very important that we put ourselves in other people's shoes, taking our shoes off. Because most of the time, how would you feel if that happened to you? And go treat others the same way as what you would need it if you were going through it. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
The power of his dream brings you here. His man, Sean Carlard.